Shalom. This is Mary Omni from the World Government House of King David, Holy Covenant Constitutional Enforcer. This is a Republic Notice. The title of this Republic Notice is called Judaism is Based on the Black Holy Womb. Now, we're in 2013. It is the end of the year, and I want to get in a few videos before the total year end, hoping that when you have some time off, that you can listen to a couple of my videos and keep in touch with JUDAIC, to see if I'm putting anything there. Check at least. Because we know that now the YouTube sites, everything is being infringed on, tampered with. We don't know how soon this electrical grid is going to go down. So get to JUDAIC, get information how to get in touch with me and things like that. Okay. Judaism is based on the black holy womb, is the Torah. Now, a lot of men have been so propaganda and programmed that the black woman is the most lowest thing in this country. I have had conversations on the internet with a lot of these men, and they go here and say how she's on welfare, how she's a single parent, how she's this, how she's that, how she's this, how she's that. It's nothing positive, okay? But this man fails to understand this one simple fact. Your penis was formed and developed in a black woman's womb. Let me repeat that. Your penis was formed and developed inside a black woman's womb. Okay? So, whatever she is or she is not, you can't escape that fact that your penis, the connection to your manhood, was developed and grew and was materialized in the black woman's womb. Okay? Now, once you come out of that womb, yeah, you're sovereign. You're sovereign. Except you better remember that you was attached to an umbilical cord, and that navel is the God-given tattoo. Your navel cord is the God-given tattoo of the womb you was developed in. So whenever you look at your navel, remember that you was developed in that Judaic black womb as a man. So you can come out with any other thing you want, A to Z, but you will never get around that fact and that truth. And that truth stands on its own merit. It is not even negotiable, okay? Now that brings me to this. A lot of people feel that they are Israelites or Hebrew Israelites because of a male putting his penis in other than a black womb. Now we already said he's developed in a black womb, and the black womb is the Torah. But somehow he thinks he can overlook this umbilical cord and the fact that his penis was developed in a black womb, and he can take it and stick it in any foreign womb he wants to, and then say, by the fact that I stuck my penis in you, you're now a Hebrew Israelite, or you're now Judah, or you're now an Israelite. No, they're not, because they're not the Torah, okay? They're not the Torah. They're not the black womb. You was not developed in their wombs. So the truth stands, if you was not developed in their wombs, then going into their wombs does not make them what you was developed in. Okay? So, as much as you want to be above the black woman or somehow feel separate from this black woman and think you could be holy in your own right, as the glory of the black man without the black woman is really a reason for the downfall of the holy black nation, because it doesn't even make sense. And if you lack in common sense, then you're lacking the ability to hold on to an ascended God status. It takes a little more than common sense to hold on to an ascended God status. But if you're lacking simple common sense in the fact that you don't understand that you cannot take what you was developed in and throw it away and then say, I'm going to create another holy people over here, in spite that I wasn't developed in these people, and somehow they going to be the holy ones because I stuck my phallus in them, then that's lacking common sense. The black womb is from the dark matter, okay? That's 85% of what we see as cosmic space, okay? Now, you know, we can go back and forth with the brothers who tell black women to stay in their place and you're not supposed to teach and be silent in the church and, you know, the whole gamut. And I did speak on this about silence in the church, and I did say that, you know, St. Paul was a great man, so them words coming from him had way more significance than someone who don't even have common sense, who think they can declare a holy womb just because they stick their penis in it. Okay? So if you think you can declare a womb holy just because you stick your penis in it, because your penis is only in its true godly identity when it revolutionizes to what it came out of. Who don't understand the common sense of a circle? It goes around. It reproduces itself. Okay? It don't say, well, I want to reproduce outside of this circle and let it still be a revolution outside of the revolutionary process. So therefore, with that level of mental faculty telling somebody not to teach, and you run around calling everybody in any kind of hybrid wound holy and Israelites, is lacking common sense. And this is why in some of my videos, some of the brothers say, well, you seem to act like it's all right for a woman to have a relationship with other than the black man, but then when it comes to the black man, you try to say that we only got to stick with the black woman. What kind of stuff are you trying to perpetrate? It's not a perpetration. It's the fact that the black woman give birth to all Israelites. She gave birth to all Ephraim heirs. Ephraim was adopted by Jacob. Ephraim is a father of many nations. And why would it be any other woman on the planet but this sacred Judah womb who nurture the holy nations of the Gentiles? Okay? See, they coming into a holy womb. Why would it be any other woman on the planet that nurtured a holy nation of the Gentiles? Because holiness was opened up to the Gentiles, and there had to be a way for the Gentiles to receive this holiness. And if the black womb is the Torah, then this is the way the Gentile can have access to holiness, and we can produce holy Ephraim heirs. Ephraim heirs born from the black womb. Born from the black womb. Therefore, we preserved many nations and races, as in the book of Revelation. Many nations and races sat around the throne. Now, why would you think King Jesus and the spirit of King Jesus or King Yahshua would prefer any other woman, any other woman to bear his holy Gentiles, okay? Black man, you can't bear babies. All you can do is make them. And yeah, you give the argument that you're the seed, you the seed, and you're the one who propagated, but your seed is only holy when you're in a black woman. When you with a black woman or in a black woman, because you and the black woman is actually one. Now, otherwise, you're putting light and holy water into broken cisterns, and they don't have the power to hold on to the holy light. They're broken cisterns. That's what you call a hybrid. See, I didn't know the difference between a hybrid and a mutation, but a hybrid is different from a mutation. A mutation is of the same species, like we mutate ourselves. Like if we're the God particle, that means God has given us part of himself. So we're the mutation of God's, the God particle. Now, when we achieve that God status, we become one with God. But until we elevate to that level of ascension, we're still the mutation of God, the God particle. Now, when a black man sticks his penis in a foreign woman other than his Judah nation, and I'm not talking about color right here, I'm talking about foreign. That means anybody outside of his constitutionality that he was raised with in America. Okay? When he does that, then he's creating what you call a hybrid. It's not Judah of the most holy. So we're the most holy. We did penance. We did a penance to be the most holy right here in North America. And everybody in the world has benefited somehow for some way from that penance that black Americans did in North America. No one else did that penance but the Judah black American woman. No other black woman in the world, no other woman of color. And that's why she's the most holiest. And that's why she can give birth to Ephraim, holy heirs and Gentiles of many races and nations. Now, do we want them to overwhelm the black man and the black woman? No, it's nothing like a black man and a black woman. They're Judah. They're Judah. We need that for our whole non-consent God's sovereignty in America. Judah makes Judah. But Ephraim are holy Gentiles that will share in the holy kingdom with Judah. You know, a lot of times Judah didn't appreciate there was a holy people. And therefore, it was opened up as St. Paul was one of the main warriors that opened up the fact that other people can be accepted into the holy kingdom. Just like now, a lot of hatred is shown towards black women on the internet by black men. That's a non-appreciation of the holy kingdom. And for balance, we have to balance it out with, people of many races and nations, because holiness, it comes from the Judaic black woman, okay? So the first receiver of that holiness is the black man. And of course, if he's not acting in a holy unity with her, then she is in a position where either she has to decide to be totally alone or to broaden her horizon and fulfill the church of the kingdom. Because the kingdom is not a respecter of persons. It's a respecter of those who believe in the spirit of Jesus Christ and believe in the Torah and serve the holy kingdom, the women and children of James 1:27 in the Bible. And this servitude strengthens and upholds the kingdom, upholds the purpose of Judaic Israelites. And this has been our legacy. You have to understand that the black woman was raped for 10,000 years or more, and them children needed a nation. So they came from that womb, that Judaic womb, and they was considered Hebrew Israelites as long as they came from that womb. As long as they came from that womb, because these children needed a nation, because the black woman has been on the front line quite a long time. America is her latest. She's the unsung soldier nobody ever wants to blink an eye at, but there will come a day when they will look at her another way. She's going to happen to them while they're relaxing. That's one of Smokey Robinson's songs. I'm a fan of his. This is Mary Omni from the House of King David. Shalom.